And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us. Now, y'all, the person you're seeing on your screen, his name is Sam E Antar. Okay. You may, if you've been following the Letitia James saga, you probably recognize Mr. Antar because a lot of the mortgage fraud and insurance fraud, a lot of these allegations against her stem from investigations that he has undertaken and from information that he has published on his X account. So you're looking at that right now. Now, y'all, the latest shoe to drop, okay? We have mortgage fraud allegations. We have insurance fraud allegations. We have 3 different mortgage fraud allegations over multiple decades. She has had to hire a lawyer, Hunter Biden's lawyer. She's hired him. Well, actually, the New York State Attorney General's office has hired the attorney to represent Letitia James, which is a whole nother ball of wax. But she has had to reply to these allegations. And now here are new allegations. Hello, says Mr. Antar to the New York State Attorney General Letitia James. You said, quote, "I'll always protect New Yorkers from landlords who break our laws." Then he asks, who protects tenants from landlords like you when you break our laws? And he references this tweet from Letitia James where she said, "We stopped a landlord near University at Albany from unlawfully taking advantage of tenants, many of whom were college students and first-time renters, with illegal fees and misleading leases. I'll always protect New Yorkers from landlords who break our laws." So Mr. Antar's like, well, what about you? And then he shows these apparent complaints, y'all, that came in just a couple of weeks ago. These are apparently units, apartment units that Letitia James owns. And here are complaints about peeling, looks like peeling paint in the apartments. Okay, now think about this. This isn't a complaint to her. This is a complaint about Letitia James's apartments that these people are renting. So peep the difference there. Presumably when you have a problem, first you tell the landlord and you say, hey, I need this fixed. And then you give them some time to get it fixed. And you probably are gonna say, hey, you know the thing I asked you to fix? The chipping paint, the hazardous amount of paint chips that are falling in the house, we need to have it fixed. And then if they still don't fix it, then you file a report, right? I mean, that's just the way things normally work out. Of course, I don't know that it worked out that way in this case. So Mr. Antar is pointing out, look, Ms. James, if you're holding the landlords at the University at Albany accountable, what about you? So anyway, apparently a woman named Lois Weiss, she found out about this and she signaled this, and Mr. Antar followed up on it. So on a follow-up post, Mr. Antar says, breaking, tenant complaints against Letitia James's Brooklyn property surfaced just 48 hours after FHFA referred her to the DOJ for alleged mortgage fraud. Let's take a look. The timing is striking. Two separate apartments reported deteriorating paint conditions on April 16th, immediately following the April 14th FHFA criminal referral that cited Ms. James for falsifying bank documents and property records. HPD records show inspectors were not able to gain access to verify the complaints, a troubling parallel to how Ms. James has reportedly evaded scrutiny of her property misrepresentations for years. Now, y'all, I'm going to give a shout out to TD Media Group. This is where I first became aware of this tenant problem. Y'all, check it out, y'all. She's a slumlord too? ? Exclamation point, which is just such a great title. That's the name. That's the first part of the title of the video. So I'm gonna give a shout out to y'all. Man, I wish I had thought about that title. I didn't even know about this until they mentioned it. And if they had, I hope I would have come up with such an excellent title. Let's continue. My investigation has uncovered a pattern spanning decades contradictory unit counts, undisclosed mortgages, phantom loans, and now neglected maintenance, all while James prosecuted others for similar violations. And then we go to whitecollarfraud.com. This is Mr. Antar's, I believe it's his website. Breaking tenant complaints surfaced just 48 hours after FHA refers Letitia James to the DOJ. Now, here it says the proximity of these tenant complaints to the FHFA's criminal referral is striking. Just 2 days after Pam Bondi and the DOJ received a referral from William J. Pulte at FHFA, these two complaints come out, okay? And the interesting thing that Mr. Antar points out says, this timing raises questions about whether James's tenants who may have been previously hesitant to file formal grievances may now feel emboldened as their landlord faces mounting legal scrutiny. In other words, imagine you live in an apartment that's owned by the Attorney General. You know that anything you complain about, she's way up in the government. So you're like, maybe not such a great idea. But then one day you see on the news that she's being referred for criminal charges for her mortgage dealings. You might say, ooh, it's a good time for me to complain about that paint that she won't fix. You know what I'm saying? That's what Mr. Antar is getting at here. So y'all, I mean, let's just keep it real, y'all. At this point, there's way too much smoke for there not to be any fire. When this first started hitting X, y'all, I covered it. And I knew I was taking a bit of a risk, but one of the reasons I covered it is because everything had documentation. There was documentation for everything. It wasn't like just people spouting off these crazy conspiracies. No, everything that was posted with some documentation. I thought, okay, there might be something here. But then more came out, and then more came out, and then more came out. And then Letitia James hired an attorney, and then they substantiated all of the complaints with responses. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, that was a mistake too. Oh, that really is a 5 unit, but we only use 4, so we treat it like so at that point it's like, oh wow, there really is something here. You know, I mean, I guess once the Trump administration referred it to Pam Bondi for criminal charges, you could say, okay, yeah, there's definitely something here. But it's still somehow surprising, y'all. Where we are, I'm still somehow shocked because all of this is public information, and it seems to me that while Letitia James was going after Trump with gusto, she would have been aware that she has these things out there. So y'all, I want to know what y'all have to say. What do you think about this? Do you think anything is actually going to happen though? You know, at the end of the day, that is the question. I would like to, y'all let me know in the comments, of course. But before you do, please stop. People, you already know what I'm going to say. Please share this video out through email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of your favorite social mediums, and even your least favorite social mediums. Give them a shot. Give them a try just to share out this video. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Y'all, we have blown up, and it's all thanks to you. So I just wanted to tell y'all, thank y'all, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I want to say I love y'all. And of course, we will see you back in the next one.